Today I'm taking a look at all four new LEGO Star Wars sets releasing August 1st of this year. We don't have a lot to go through, but most of these are on the higher end of sets, so without further ado, let's take a look at them. I'll start with the Hut Palace Century Droid Showdown. This one is going to be $50, releasing on August 1st of 2026, obviously, and it is going to have 415 pieces. The only reason, or the main reason where people are really going to be after the set is because of that Embo, of course, which I did rank in a video, which should already be out on my channel. If you want to check that out, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos coming out on August 1st about these new sets releasing. Embo, honestly, great figure, amazing figure all around. It's going to be the main reason why. If you don't have this Grogu with that center chest plate, this is going to be a cheaper way to get it. $50 doesn't seem like too greedy because it's a little over 400 pieces and you are getting a couple figures as well as a new mold for Kaibu, which looks very, very nice. You do get that Din Djarin again from 2026, I guess technically late 2026. And as far as the build goes, it also is pretty nice. I mean, you do get a little door. I mean, it could be a little bit better. I feel like there should be maybe like the Hut twins in this and make it a little bit more like $70 or $80. Would probably make this a little bit better, but the door in the back is sort of just like a illusion, I guess, you can put up against the wall to make it seem like there's more of a palace. I feel like the main thing is going to be the Century Droid. I don't know why they say Hut Palace before they say Century Droid in the title, but it's definitely going to be this Century Droid over here. Really, that's going to be the main attraction or build-wise of the set, and honestly, it looks very nice. The colors definitely, I probably would rather have this than whatever like brownish gray or dark tan, whatever Lego or I guess Star Wars would go with, and that would be more accurate to like the show, I guess. This might have been some of the early concept arts of whatever the droid would be. It doesn't look exactly like how it does in the movie, is basically what I'm trying to say, but probably that's just because some of the scenes were a little bit dark with this droid in it. But honestly, I like it. A lot of people are comparing it to the Boba Fett mech, which honestly I don't really care. I wouldn't really do a comparison with like the price of the Boba Fett mech. It's only 15, and it's basically really good Boba Fett. And then this one's like 50. I feel like this one's definitely more bulkier. Also, you get a lot of cool stuff in this set. Personally, this is going to be the one I'm going to get on August 1st, and obviously I'll talk a little bit more about buyer's guide, but this one honestly not too crazy for being the cheapest one in the lineup. And because of that, I feel like we definitely have a reason to put it up in blue stud here, because there is some crazy sets on this wave, but this one isn't really going to tank the wave altogether. Like, I could still definitely have a possibility of being the perfect August 1st wave, obviously with a set like this included. But now we'll move on to the Imperial Remnant AT-AT with INT4, which is actually a nice surprise. This one's $160 for 1,453 pieces, so not really crazy for a price per piece. I'm seeing a lot of $160 sets in these sort of wave of like Star Wars, I guess, with the sets over the next couple years, I guess, mainly 2026, but also 2025. A lot of big sets are sort of just rounding it up or rounding it down to 160. I feel like that's just a price point the Lego in Star Wars is just going back to. This one is going to have a normal Grogu, which is nice because I believe the first time these new Grogus released, the new Grogu without the printing on the center chest plate here, with just the normal printing, was exclusive to the ATRC, which I know a lot of people didn't get, but another set in this wave also has this one, and that one is not based off the movie, which is very nice to see. But of course, I'll talk about that one later. So obviously, perfect Grogu, perfect Mando, and we also get the Imperial Warlord. Amazing figure. He, I believe, got blue stud in my video ranking series, and the AT-AT Pilot also got, I believe, one higher in purple stud, and the Remnant Snowtrooper, which you do get two of, which is very nice. That is really nice for a bunch of people collecting it. Maybe if you want to sell one, you can keep one and then also sell one if you want to spend 160 on this AT-AT. And you also get technically a new Snowtrooper, which isn't really crazy, maybe just a small upgrade. So basically, you get a little small microfighter here for the INT4, which is very cool, which launches out. You also get a worse build of a Snowspeeder, worse than the 2022 version, which I do own, but I'm not really gonna tank it. It's kind of just like a cool extra thing, you know. It's not even in the name of the set, I guess. And honestly, very, very good AT-AT. I'm very happy to have an AT-AT back on the shelf. I know a lot of people probably want it to be just a normal episode 5 play scale AT-AT, but this is a fun mix on it. I don't feel like it's really gonna be absolutely horrible. I'm probably gonna get all these sets in the wave except maybe the last one I'll talk about, but it's not even because it's bad. Honestly, great set. I mean, some of the panels are like dark gray instead of light gray, so it's not going to be a perfect episode 5 AT-AT, but whatever year I get this set and whatever I do a Hothmok, I mean, I could just throw it in the back. Honestly, I think it would just fit in very, very nice, and honestly, great for Mando Grogu display. One of the favorite scenes in the movie, definitely favorite for a lot of people, but one of mine. Definitely amazing figure lineup, amazing set altogether. And because of that, I think I'm going to put it in purple stud. I feel like this one's going to be definitely desirable for a lot of people, which means I can move on to the Off-World Sandcrawler with Mudhorn. A lot of these sets are sort of like a double package, I guess, with, of course, that main build and then something else with it as well, which is very, very nice for this wave, especially for this being the most expensive set in the wave. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind when looking at all the other sets on release day, because honestly, $200 is kind of crazy. I mean, 1,683 pieces, which is going to be good. I think it is well priced overall. The Sandcrawler looks phenomenal. I love getting a Mando Season 1 set. I just absolutely love it. Better than I liked how the Imperial Shuttle was from Season 2. I think this is just very, very nice to get a Season 1 Mandalorian set. I know a lot of people have like a Mando fatigue. Personally, love the Mandalorian. I don't think that'll ever be possible. It'd have to be years and years of only Mandalorian sets here. Definitely going to pick this one up out of all the big sets that I'm not going to get on release day, and I'm going to save up and try to get them later in the year. I think this is going to be my priority of those big sets, like the Sandcrawler, the AT-AT, as well as the Razor Crest from this year that already released, the play scale one, and then the Imperial Shuttle. Those are the 4 ones I'm going to try to get later. Of course, I have some of them are obviously after release. Most of them are going to be after release. This one is going to be my priority because it's just so good. Figure lineup is absolutely amazing. You get Mando, Queel, and a bunch of Jawas as well as Grogu. Maybe the only thing I don't like is Grogu's pram. I don't see why they can't just use the Razor Crest pram. It's just simple parts that they can use. I'm not going to go too crazy into this. I will talk about that a little bit more in my buyer's guide, but amazing set altogether. So much space, so many cool features. Love that egg as well. I have to acknowledge that every time, the Mudhorn egg. It just looks so phenomenal. Overall, just amazing set altogether. Of course, that buildable Mudhorn also. Honestly, I'd rather have a buildable than molded Mudhorn. I think that is just a great build altogether. Very, very detailed, and absolutely love it. Which is why I'll throw it up in purple stud. Amazing set. I'll actually put it in front of the AT-AT. I think it's definitely my favorite set out of this summer wave. Almost all Mandalorian Summer Wave. Over 50% of these 4 sets are Mandalorian, except for the last one, which technically is Mandalorian, just not the Mandalorian. And that set happens to include the best figure of the wave. Definitely a perfect figure. Was on my perfect video about all the perfect LEGO Star Wars minifigures, and that's going to be Boba Fett. Honestly, not even just for the figure, $180 or $170 for 1,554 pieces. A little crazy, but I think is one of, I believe it's in the middle area of the buildable figures or Star Wars buildable figures to that scale. I believe C-3PO is a little cheaper, and then Chewbacca's the most expensive. Honestly, for a character that's recognizable, I feel like it's definitely worth that $170 price tag. This one, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like over half of the people standing when I go to release day. Over half of the people standing in the line are just for here for this set alone. Amazing display figures. I was starting to get a little tired of a bunch of display slop for a bunch of themes and just a bunch of buildable figures for display. This one I'll let slide because that pauldron, amazing overall. I mean, just looks absolutely perfect. It's so simple and so nice. I believe there sadly is a couple stickers, but still, I mean, that's not really going to tank this build too much. Just amazing figure and amazing Boba Fett buildable figure. Definitely going in blue stud easily or purple stud easily, because it might even be the best set of the wave to some people, which is why I'm going to put it up in purple stud. Honestly, I'm not really gonna go and get this set, but I do think it is a very, very nice set. So I'm gonna put it in purple stud. I don't think I'm gonna put it above the AT-AT because I just think I'd rather get the AT-AT. This is my personal list. But if you say Boba Fett is your favorite and the highest on this list, I totally understand that. It's just Mandalorian. It's just gonna be personally my mainly priority for these new releasing sets. Honestly, I would say Perfect Wave, but a lot of these are just Mandalorian sets. I know a lot of people don't like the Mandalorian sets. A lot of these are expensive. And I feel like maybe last Summer Wave was a little better. I just feel like it was a little bit more variety. Mostly was clone sets. We also got a really bad clone turbo tank, so I might have to say this wave is better. It does seem a little bit sad, but I definitely feel that LEGO is trying to make it way better. Amazing Summer Wave altogether. Not perfect, but very, very, very close to being perfect.